remember when we fell in love? We were young and innocent then. Do you remember how it all began? Seemed like heaven, so I did it. And do you remember back in the fall? Be together all day long. Do you remember us holding hands in each other's eyes? We stare. Tell me, remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Do you remember how we used to talk? You know, we stayed on the phone at night till dawn. Do you remember all the things we said? Like I love you, so I'll never let you go. Do you remember back in the spring? Every morning birds would sing. Do you remember those special times? They'll just go on and on in the back of my mind. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Those sweet memories will always be dear to me. And girl, no matter what was said, I will never forget what we had now, baby. When we first met, girl. Do you remember the time? Remember the time. Remember the time. Remember the time when we fell in love. Do you remember the time? Hey, do you remember? 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 Do you remember the time? Can I say it again? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you?
Serio.
Yeah.
Love this.
Dad, it's time for you to be dad.
Love this.
Sugar, sugar. Oh, baby. No.
Kind regards, masses, it's me, Hi Bike, and I'm here with a new yet familiar game. Remember Hakuoki? Oh, I'm sure you're all familiar with Hakuoki. Yeah, so they did a Switch port in English for Hakuoki. Both Kyoto Winds and Edo Blossoms combined them together, and this is a new release called Chronicles of Wind and Blossom. I pre-ordered this like right after my trip to the Philippines and Japan, because like I remember there was the Hakuoki collab with that restaurant that I went to, and I was like, is there a reason why they're doing this? And then I look up and I see that at least there's going to be like an English port of, you know, the games on Switch, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a sign, I have to go get them. And I was getting scared because I hadn't seen any like news or announcements or anything like you know, from then till now. And then all of a sudden I'm like sitting at work and I see like on my shop app, because that's where I pre-ordered, or like a lot of the stuff that I order is notified to me through shop because they're usually linked. But excuse me, anyways, I saw that Hakuoki was shipping, and I was like, oh my god, no wait, it didn't outright say Hakuoki, but the actual place that I pre-ordered from was playasia.com, or I think it's .com, I don't know. The place is called PlayAsia, and they said, or you know, it said that the package from PlayAsia was shipping, and I was like, oh my god, they didn't forget about me. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna show you what my limited edition looks like. But first, this is the pre-stream song. It's called Remember the Time. It's a cover of a Michael Jackson song done by Semaje. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but today's album of the day was Dangerous by Michael Jackson. And this song is one of the songs on there, and I chose it as my favorite track. There's another song on there called Can't Let Her Get Away. I posted, like, there's this JoJo manga music video, part 5, like, you know, the whole chapter with Purple Haze and Man in the Mirror. And they start off the video with that song. And that's how I first discovered that song, and I was like, oh my god, this is a bop. So it was hard for me to choose favorites between those two, but I ultimately went with Remember the Time because I really like the melody in it. Like, oh my god, the harmonizing vocals, like, in the chorus, chef's kiss. But yeah, this guy does a pretty good cover. He does, like, some different instrumentation, but, you know, it captures the essence of the song. So if you want to listen to that cover, I'll leave a link in chat here. And then the pre-stream video, also Michael Jackson related, it's Woman Tennis with Michael Jackson's Grunts and Moans by HBK256. This is very close to High Bike. I don't know if they're supposed to be a High Bike, but I was just trying to look for something with the Michael Jackson grunts and hoping that fucking Dumpy was there. And I found this, and it's just so fun to watch tennis, because, like, you know, every time, like, someone hits the ball, they're always, like, moaning and shit or grunting. And then this person, you know, did the genius idea of, you know, putting Michael Jackson's grunts and moans over, you know, these people hitting the ball. And lo and behold, fucking Dumpy is at the end. I was getting scared it wasn't going to be included, but it's there. This is perfect. I love it. If you want to watch this video, I'll leave a link in chat right here. How are we doing today, Jacob? What's up? It's time for Hakuoki. Yes, I'm so ready. Oh my god. But yeah, let me show so this is what I got. When you do pre-order, or if you pre-order from PlayAsia, you get this whole set. It's like a limited edition thing. This is the box that it came in. That's the front. And then this is a little sticker of the album cover, the game cover. This is the back of the cover. It has, like, you know, this edition contains, and, like, this is all the stuff that I'll be showing off. And they also included Joy-Con stickers. I haven't put them on my Joy-Cons yet because, like, I mean, I don't even know who these characters are supposed to be, but they're cute. And also these dots here are glitter. This is, I don't know, it's another PlayAsia sticker. I don't know if that's supposed to be their mascot or whatever, but there it is. You're tired but enjoying your new room? Oh yeah, congratulations on moving into your new placement. So you don't have a curfew anymore, right? So now it'll be easier for you to hang out and stuff, so I'm glad to hear that. Do you have roommates or is it just you? Nonetheless, I'm glad that you were enjoying the new placement. And this is a little card to show, like, what the certificate number, like, I guess the edition number that I have, and it has some nice art of the boys here. This is the art book. It does look small here, but it's I mean, it's small, like, it's, like, I guess, not pocket-sized, but, there is, it has artwork, of course. I kind of flipped through it a little bit. I saw that they had, CG scenes from the game, but I'll be looking at that probably, or, like, really diving into it once I finish all the routes on here, because I don't want any spoilers. It's just you? Okay. Well, cool. It is nice to have your own room. But yeah, glad to hear. Here's the CD, like the whole soundtrack is here on CD. And this is the actual game box itself. Like, you know how Switch games usually come in the smaller cases like this? I didn't take the wrapping off at this time, or at the time of the picture, but obviously, excuse me, the game's in now, so the wrap is off. And then it also comes with stickers. This is the back of the CD and the back of the game case. And then you have these cute little stickers. I was debating on, like, you know, instantly putting the little Okita on my water bottle, but I don't know. They're just so cute having them all together like that. Like, I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, just a little zoom in on that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on the game. You think you have to notify in advance to get past the curfew, but it should be possible now. Okay. Yeah, it's a little more doable than where you were previously at least, so that's cool. Oh, hold on. I need a... What? Wait, what are we Oh, hold on. Let me connect this to the 4K. Okay, I'm gonna readjust this. So that... Yeah, so that you don't see the capture stuff. Okay, this should be good. And then, there we go. Hold on, I'm gonna mute Discord because I'm hearing the beeps go off, probably from the Waifugami. But before I get into the game, or, you know what? I'll play it first so I have music going on. Let me just, mute the server really quick. Mute that for 3 hours. I think that sounds reasonable. Okay. But here we go. I'm excited to finally get to play this. So I think the route that I want to go for is Sanosuke, because he kind of reminds me of Brad the Chad. Because like he's got like the dark red hair, like reddish brown hair. He has a spear, just like Brad the Chad. He shows off his man titties. He's pretty cool. And also, he's voiced by Kakyoin's voice actor from All-Star Battle, like the original All-Star Battle, so I'm gonna go for him first. You have all servers muted unless you specifically get added. Okay. That's fair. No, like, that's me too. Well, except for like, you know, the only servers that I don't have muted are the ones with my friends, like, you know, not just my server, but I have like other servers with friends there. But I mean, yeah, it's the only problem is fucking Waifugami. That's why I keep getting the fucking notifications. But other than that, I always mute servers. But yeah, I wonder if they have a new song for this. I guess we'll find out. Man titties in your face. Man titties in your face. Man titties. Alright. Oh boy, I can't wait to get back in this game. I've been missing it ever since I went to that, that collab. Okay, honestly, I don't actually remember if this song is different. The Hakuoki songs that I really remember are, the anime openings, really. And endings. Hey Chuck, how we doing today? What's up? My fellow PBK Euphonium enjoyer. You know what? I think this might be the same as, yeah, I think this is the same as Kyoto Wind's opening. Because this looks familiar, but yeah, I can't really say. Shotaro Morikubo! Oh, Yosuke! Yeah, but we've already done Okita's route, obviously. Like, that whole VOD, for Soji's route, in both, Kyoto Winds and Edo Blossoms are up on my YouTube channel if you do want to look. I might actually go back and finish Okita's route, or, you know, Soji's whatever, in this game, because I need him. Oh shit, both Jotaro's and Kakyoin's voice actors are here too. That's crazy! Look at all these big name actors in there, or big name voice actors. But yeah, honestly, the reason I started this series in the first place is because Yosuke's Japanese voice actor is in this. So I fully intended to romance him right away, which I did, and I don't regret it because I actually like his character. I don't know, sometimes those witty guys, you know, the ones that tease you and stuff, I think, you know, I'm into that. But yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? This does kind of sound... Okay, I think this is pretty much just like, you know, they mixed Kyoto Winds and Edo Blossoms together, made this port. And I hear that they updated the translations too, because apparently some, like, for some characters, they had, like, not sus translations, but it just sounded weird. But, yeah. Who doesn't love some teasing? I know. I get a lot of that from Kyler, so... You have Hibike Euphonium Sadness, but that's okay because BRS theme Rock Phone gives you serotonin. Good. I know, like, god... The fucking ending, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, what happens in Season 3, like, you know, we were already talking about on the server, but like, fuck, dude. You think one thing's gonna happen and it's like, oh no! But whatever. Who's the bigger tease, me or Kyler? Definitely Kyler. I tease him every now and then, but like... I think his teasing goes through more. Not that I mind. But anyways, before I get into the game, because it's a visual novel, it's gonna be... Well, I'm only gonna be reading Chizuru's lines, because all the other lines are voiced. I should probably... Maybe I should check the settings before I do that. But, today was, we definitely want to, speed that up. I think this is fine. Hold on. I don't know what movie's supposed to be, but we'll do that. Character setting. Yeah, okay, hopefully Shinpachi's, like, not screaming into the fucking mic like last time, but this seems fair. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at all these characters. Look at all these characters! I don't even remember who some of these are. And then there's others. I can't wait to hear the "oh" again! Unfortunately, sound alerts still aren't working, so we can't have "oh" play automatically. I want to try to get the sound bit on my phone so I can, you know, do that like I do with the seriously. But let me check. We're worried about Shinpachi. He's the loud guy. Shut up, Sanan. Oh, he's actually talking to Sanan. That sounds good. Maybe they fixed his mic. I don't know. We'll find out. We can always open the settings, you know, during the game, I'm sure. But yeah. When I first said guy with titties out, you were thinking of Shinpachi. That's fair because they both have their titties out. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the guy who's not wearing the headband. The game's a bit quiet. Okay, hold on. Can't with the ending, but does leave you at ease since Kumiko becomes... Well, she becomes someone important. I'm not gonna read that out loud in case there's any Hibike Euphonium fans in chat who haven't watched the ending. Excuse me. How's that? Otherwise, you know what? Hold on. Let me, Here, sound setting then. I'll put the voices all the way up. Sound effects maybe down a bit. Background music, maybe up a little more. No, I think that's fine. How's that? Here, I'll go back to the voices. No, I don't want to toggle. Sound setting. Character setting. Let's listen to Soji. Sounds a bit better to me. But yeah, my day was pretty chill today. I only had one client. Yeah, and oh my god, we got a new staff member today. Like, we keep getting fucking new staff. And then, like, every time I tell Kyler we get new staff, he's like, why? The PEC is understaffed. And I'm like, yeah, I feel that. Because we just... I don't know why these people keep coming to Quick. But yeah, like, this one's... Like, we've been having a lot of practicum students, so I think that's, like, the majority of the new staff, but... This one's actually getting moved to our team, so I don't know what shift she's gonna be on, but she's just, doing... regular 8 to 5 hours, Or like working from 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, doing training. Good volume, okay, good. Thank you. But yeah, like, I don't know what to think about her so far, but, she seems alright. She's chill. She's been with the county for a while, too. But yeah, like, they just kind of moved her to our team. Oh, and then, there was, like, one of the staff from who used to work at Quick, and like when I originally moved to this day shift, she was one of the other two women that were there, and she left at some point because there was like some drama going on with our former supervisor. But it was cool getting to see her again. Yeah, like she cut her hair and stuff. She looked great, and you know it's just nice seeing old coworkers again. And, like, it was cool having her catch up, because, like, with Dick, back when she was on my shift, Dick he wasn't a therapist yet, he was just a practicum student, and, like, he wasn't getting paid, because, like, he volunteered to, like, you know, come over and, like, you know, work just for hours. And he didn't have his kids yet, so, like, and now he has 2 kids, so it's like, wow! But yeah, that was cool. Oh, also, Kyler was off today, so he wanted to drop me off a drink, you know, during lunch. So he dropped me off some dragon fruit lemonade from Starbucks. I wish he got to stay longer, though, but it was nice getting to see him for a bit. He did have his kid with him, and she, like, stayed in the car. But I think she, like, opened the door just to, like, you know, hear what we were talking about, but she's... Oh my god, I forgot to mention, too, like, his kid's such a sweetheart. She gave me this heart that she made out of, like, those beads that you can glue together, like, I don't know what else you call them, but, like, it's, like, they're all, like, bunched up, shaped like a heart, it's all rainbow colored, and she said that she made it in 1st grade, and she was like, I wanted to give this to you, Dominique, and I'm like, oh, thank you! She's such a sweetheart, oh my god. But yeah, good day. What you did today? Woke up early, finished Hibike, watched Doki Bird's recent VOD, and listened to Dirty Nachos mixtape by Chief Keef and Meteora, 25th edition by LP. I love the name Dirty Nachos. I saw that in the music channel and I'm like, that's a funny name. But that's cool. Yeah, no, she could become my child. She probably will be. Yeah. She already likes me a lot. Like, she gets really excited every time, like, she sees me, like, for our magic sessions if she does come along. And she always gives me more hugs than Kyler does. And he's all like, why does Dominique get more hugs than me? And she's like, she's cooler. So I'm like one step there. I'm one step ahead. But anyways, let's start. Oh. I don't know. I don't know what I should call her this time, because we went with Hibike last time. I don't know if I should stick with Chizuru, or, And you can't change the last name, because the last name is very important in the story, so let's see. Any suggestions? Or, you know what, because Sanosuke or Harada, whatever the guy with the spear. I'm gonna pretend he's Brad the Chad, and then maybe we can have Naorin. Hijacker? Oh, cause the plane. Yes, I gotta give credit. The face cam. This is part, or the face cam is part of an edit that Ryan made. It's like a panel from the Hakuoki manga. But I cut Chizuru out. I just wanted Soji there because it was funny. But basically, at the bottom of the whole picture, it shows, you know, the Twin Towers and then the plane. That's why he's saying, Yukimura, we're going for the towers. But yeah, we could call her Hijacker. Nah, I'm gonna go for... Oh, you know what? I was watching Jabroni Mike play Family Feud. Like, I think it's for the Switch. Or it's been released on other consoles, but he basically made the whole family, like, clones of Doug Walker, like the nostalgia critic, and there was like one girl, one femme Doug, and he just called them all Doug. Everyone was Doug, and the family name was Doug's. I'm gonna be Doug. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll go with Naorin. I wanna get the subtle, Brownia vibes in here, so... I think they'll let me change the name for each route, I'm not sure. Oh, but what if they don't, though? Wait, that's right, because I can make multiple saves. Maybe I should be Hijacker. No, hold on. Well, you know what? Hijacker is kind of like high biker. You know what? You're onto something here. Oh, except there's a 7 character limit. So, if anything, it's gonna be Hijacker. I don't know. Or what if we do Hijacker? Hijaku? Hijacker? Hijacker? Okay, I think we can all agree on Hijacker. Yeah, no one will know. Excuse me. You'd have to have a high IQ to guess what Hijacker's supposed to mean. Alright, let's do it. Fuck it. Hijacker. Let's go. Yeah. And like these guys are like based on real life guys, but yes, this is all fiction. Just kidding. There really were, well, they're kind of like vampires. You already know the story. Or if you're new to this game, well, you'll see. Alright, here we go. Back into this story. I've seen this story a million times, but I don't care. I fucking love it. But we're doing different routes though, so it's not just gonna be fucking Hijikata. Ah, my voice acting. Alright, I got this. So this is Kyoto. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of amazement. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. They nodded and smiled to one another, as if family and not strangers about on errands. Still, there was something about the city that felt strangely cold. Almost as though there was a great invisible wall, shutting out anyone wandering in from the country. I'm not sure if I belong here. No, that's all in my head. I had walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and body were exhausted. Even so, there was no reason to stand still and feel sorry for myself. Excuse me! I mustered my courage and called out to a passerby. I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit lost. Could you... What should I do now? I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and looked up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. The people weren't unkind, and they'd given me the directions I needed, but I didn't expect them to be absent. Learning the person I'd hoped to visit was away left me at a loss for what to do. Besides father, the only person in the city who I could rely on was Dr. Matsumoto. Okay, now the text is like all bold purple, pink. I remember like the previous rendition, whatever. It was just white, but okay, cool. Dr. Matsumoto was a doctor serving the shogun. I had never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in him. He had told me that if I ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, it seemed like Dr. Matsumoto was out on business and would not return for some time. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It was indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had sent a letter prior to my arrival. But it seemed he had left before it came to him. Perhaps I should have waited for a reply before leaving Edo. Excuse me. But I couldn't wait any longer. There he is! It's the bald father! Hijacker. Is something wrong, father? He paused for a moment and looked at me.
実はな、しばらくの間、京の都へ行くことになった。
This brings back memories. Front-facing bald father jump scare. I know, right? It's our first appearance, too. Or his first appearance. Is it for business again? He'd been leaving the house more and more frequently, sometimes for days at a time. Definitely not sus. How long will you be gone?
それはわからん。一月になるか、二月になるか。
Oh. There was no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. Please, father, be careful. They say Kyoto is dangerous. He only smiled and nodded.
安心しなさい。
I'm glad that the lip flaps in this game aren't as cursed as, like, P4 Arena. Holy shit.
お前が心配しないように、京にいる間はできる限り手紙を書くよ。
So that was a fucking lie. Okay. You promise? Father kept his promise. Well, for a bit. A new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he worried about me being home all by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Then the letter stopped. A whole month passed with no word. Father, they said Kyoto was full of ronin. It wasn't safe. Usually a samurai would be paid by the house that employed them. However, ronin who reported to no house would often rob people in order to make ends meet. They were nothing more than violent criminals hiding behind the image of the samurai. Such was the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of ronin. Was my father safe? My mind concocted horrible possibilities, and I often found myself more and more depressed. First, I need to find a place to stay. Lost in thought, I didn't notice nightfall descend. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea of how long searching for my father would take. I'd brought a sum of money with me, enough to last me a month if used wisely. Ideally, I would find my father in that time, or Dr. Matsumoto would return. In the worst-case scenario, I would have to return home without seeing either of them. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off. Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. Traveling alone as a woman was dangerous in more ways than one, so I decided to dress as a man. My disguise proved successful, and I'd safely made it all the way to Kyoto. But my safe travels might have led me to let down my guard. Kyoto was not a safe place to be. I should have remembered that. I hadn't realized how real the danger was, and somehow came to think it didn't apply to me. Oh, my audio cut off for a bit. It is a very convincing disguise, right? Totally looks very manly. I was about to discover otherwise. Oh god. It's a hentai protag. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 ronin. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching slowly for my kodachi. My father had encouraged me to take sword lessons. I'd kept with them and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. However, perhaps this overconfidence had invited the situation at hand. I let my guard down. Silently cursing myself, I assessed the situation. It would be difficult to take on 3 at once. Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my kodachi than they were in me. It's him! It's the hentai protag! This kodachi was a family heirloom spanning generations. It was very precious to me. There was no way I could give it to the ronin, though I had a feeling they wouldn't listen. In such a situation, the best decision was to retreat. I turned and ran as fast as I could. Oh yeah, I had steak for dinner earlier today. Or like, you know, earlier. It was so good, oh my god. I was so hungry by the time I got home. It was good shit. They're still after me. I felt like I'd been running for quite a while, but I could still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. I ducked into a narrow alley. After checking that they hadn't caught up yet, I crept further back into the alley. There were a few wooden boards propped up against a house. I crouched down and hid behind them. With some luck, this would allow me to escape this mess. Huh? I listened carefully, then tilted my head in confusion. I'd expected to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but as seconds turned into minutes, I heard nothing. Suddenly... Whoa, that was kind of loud. What? Staying silent and hidden should have been the best course of action. However... Fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there, something lethal. The thought of what it could possibly be made the fear mount and mount within me. Even so, I could feel an itch of curiosity. I wanted to know what was out there. I peeked around the corner of the road I'd just been on. Just then, I saw something wrong! The cold reflection of moonlight upon a blade. A light blue jacket fluttering in the wind. Had this person saved me? My naive hope vanished in an instant. I heard the Ronin beg for his life. The person in the blue jacket said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. Oh? It's okay, he just accidentally slashed his ketchup. I like that laugh. I like that laugh too. A high, screeching laugh cut through the man's scream. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's cleaver. It hacked and slashed with no skill whatsoever. Excuse me. The scream turned wet, weakened, and disappeared. You know what? I think I vaguely remember the scream being called wet. Why? How was it wet? I don't know, let's just... Oh. I had just witnessed a murder! My legs gave way. I crumpled to the ground. It's full of blood, probably. Oh, okay, true. And yet, I couldn't look away. The Ronin was already dead, but the man kept slicing, hacking, piercing, bringing the blade down again, and again, and again, and again. Flesh tore, bones snapped, blood flowed like a river. This was pure madness. The raw, animalistic desire to tear apart human life. This was no human being. This was something broken. My throat clenched tightly. A warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized the coppery tang of blood. An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. What was I going to do? What could I do? I have to run. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This was the only chance I'd get. I had to... The fear! The fear! Still numb with fear, I stumbled against the stacked wood. It collapsed with a rough clatter. Oh, hello! The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood, their eyes locked into mine. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement at their new prey. I had to run. I didn't want to die, but my legs refused to move. Their hideous, cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. My body was frozen in terror. I couldn't even scream. And then... Oh, saved! Huh? Right as their bloody swords were about to cut through me, a white flash of light slashed through them. I heard fresh blood splatter on the ground. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. Oh my god, it's him! I'm glad Best Boy gets the first line out of the Shinsengumi. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy. As he complained, the strange man smiled, as if he were enjoying himself. I'm sorry, but the way that they cut from like Okita to Saito and then like back to these two, like if they sped that up, it would totally be like Indian soap opera style. Imagine. Just need some glass breaking too. The man called Hajime gave a sigh, as if he'd suffered his companion for far longer than he wanted, and looked at me. You feel that, right? His tone was light, but it confirmed my fears. I was far from safe. Huh? Huh? Then, there was someone else who they reported to? As I took in their words, I suddenly remembered hearing about an organization whose men wore blue jackets. Ah! A shape slid into view. Oh, it's him. It's Hijikata. It's Baby Kata. Yes, there is Hakuoki media with an English dub, so I believe, like, the whole anime was dubbed. Or, you know, the main anime. It was dubbed. I think they might have dubbed the movies, too. I just like the the original sub better because, you know, Yosuke's Japanese voice actor, and also, sub is better. It'd be funny if instead of wearing blue jackets, the Shinsengumi wore blue jeans. Oh, that'd be the modern day Shinsengumi. Excuse me. The moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? That kind of, I don't know, that vaguely reminds me. So, the small office that we're in for work, like, there is a camera that, they have a camera there. The pet can see, like, you know, anyone who has access to the cameras can see, like, what's going on because of our clients there. But we were joking that, like, we should, like, go in the middle of the room and, like, do yoga. Like, well, Dick was saying that, and then he was like, yeah, our yoga poses, it's gonna be YMCA. And then we were like, oh, who like, you know, from the YMCA music video, like, who would be who? And I was like, oh, I want to be the cowboy or the motorcycle leather dude. And then, like, Bodhi's like, he pulls up a picture of them and he's like, are you sure you should choose? And, like, the motorcycle dude, like, it's like one of those leather vests, like the sleeveless vest, but he's not wearing a shirt underneath, so, like, it's like an open vest, so it's showing off his chest. He's got, like, kind of like these bondage chains on the chest, and you can see this guy's hairy chest, and I'm just like, and the cowboy, like, you know, he's a little more clothed, so I'm like, I'll go with the cowboy. You know, like, cause, like, there's, like, what, a cowboy, a motorcycle dude, construction worker, Apache headdress, and what was the other guy? I forgot the other guy. The soldier. But yeah. And, like, Toasty, like, walks into, and, like, we're including him too, so it's like, okay, everyone choose a YMCA guy. So that's gonna be our next it's gonna be our next cosplay. Also, today, for once, it wasn't fucking 100 degrees plus Fahrenheit today. Oh my god, it was in the 90s today. I was so happy. Like, still hot, but you could definitely feel the difference. Oh my god. But anyways, the moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. It took my breath away. In that moment, the light on his hair made me think of fleeting petals floating on the wind. Almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season. Weather had slight mercy on moving day. Yeah, thank God. His voice was cold and quiet, like a blade of ice. White moonlight lit his slender face. It reflected off the blade pointed at my chest. But it wasn't the sword making my breath catch. It was his eyes. They were fierce and hard, but somewhere behind them, I could catch a glimpse of something else. Also, they're purple. Purple eyes are cool. There could be no doubt that he was prepared to kill me. Imagine a cosplayer group was Weezer. Oh my god, yes, please. I want to be in a Weezer cosplay group. Oh, and then like someone just dresses up as the background. It has to be someone tall. He kind of looks like Hamiru. He kind of does, yeah. The long black hair, long straight black hair, and the purple eyes, yeah, very true. They have the same kind of personality too. And yet, he seemed troubled. The way his emotions wavered in his eyes seemed altogether human. Ooh, I'm sorry! Hold on. They have a log, right? I didn't mean to fucking skip over him. What? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to skip your voice line. Oh, whatever. Here, okay. This is... What is your link for today? Oh, that's so funny. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, that's good. Yeah, see, this is cosplay group goals right here. This is the best cosplay group. Oh my god. It's just this random face. Yeah. That's perfect. Oh my god. I nodded. This wasn't a threat or a warning, simply a cold statement of fact. He stared at me for a moment, then grimaced, and put his sword away, heaving a deep sigh. Huh? Every time I see the hole, I think of that fucking sound effect, so I think I'm just gonna say it like that now. I let out a gasp, surprised at how easily he had sheathed his sword. And it quickly became apparent that I wasn't the only one.
あれいいんですか土方さんこの子さっきの見ちゃったんですよ
His eyes narrowed. The man called Hijikata frowned back at him.
いちいち余計なことを喋るんじゃねえよ下手な話を聞かせちまうと始末せざるを得なくなるだろう
It was clear enough that I'd seen something I shouldn't have. Something they wanted to keep hidden. The more they said, the more I would know, and it was clear none of us wanted such a thing.
この子を生かしておいても厄介なことにしかならないと思いますけどね
The way he looked at me made me feel as if he'd read my mind.
とにかく殺せばいいってもんじゃねえだろこいつの処分は帰ってから決める
俺は副長の判断に賛成ですここに長くとどまれば他の者に見つかるかもしれない
Then he looked down at the creature he'd killed, as if just remembering its existence.
こうも血に狂うとやはり実務に使える代物ではないようです
頭の痛い話だ
He looked down at the corpse, his face emotionless. Then he suddenly shot a glare at the other two, frowning in clear irritation.
つうかお前ら土方とか副長とか呼んでんじゃねえよ。せろ。
Whoops.
へえ、伏せるも何もこの大服を着てる時点でバレバレだと思いますけど。
Yeah, honestly, you guys are in uniform. He was right. Even I had heard stories about a gang of cruel men in blue coats who cut people down in the streets. However, I knew I was better off not thinking about it too hard. Even so, in my mind swirled a pool of worries and thoughts, almost as if I was being drawn into their world before I'd even realized it. A world where there was nothing strange about conversing in the dead of night with corpses for company.
死体の処理はいかよう。肉体的な異常は特に現れていないようですが。
Hijikata thought for a moment before he spoke.
羽織だけ脱がせとけ。あとは観察の方で何とかする。
承知しました。
新選組の大使が切り殺されてるなんて僕たちにとっても一大事ですしね。
The man snickered.
あとはここにいたやつが黙ってりゃ世間も勝手に納得してくれるだろう。
He looked directly at me, and I got the distinct feeling his words weren't for his companions. It was common for people to be murdered in Kyoto. It was a dangerous city after all. I knew that, of course. But still, this was frightening. People had died right in front of me. If death was such an easy thing in Kyoto, I thought, then the city itself must surely be mad.
ねえ、
Oh,
とこ
hello.
ろでさ、助けてあげたのにお礼の一つもないの。
Huh? God, she says that a lot. My eyes went wide when he suddenly addressed me. What do you mean you saved me? He did have a point. Despite their threats, they had saved my life. I stood up as steadily as I could manage, brushed some dirt off my clothes, and bowed. Thank you very much. I apologize for not thanking you earlier. There's so much going on. I was a little confused. I glanced up at them tentatively. The man called Hajime was staring at me in something resembling shock. He's got a little smile. Oh wait, it looked like a smile from where I was leaning, but now I'm not sure. Hijikata looked as though he'd taken a bite of something sour. I know it sounds strange, but he told me I should say thanks. I looked up to see the third man shaking with laughter.
あ、ごめんごめん。そうだよね。僕が言ったんだもんね。
He was laughing so hard that he was forced to wipe a few tears from his eyes as he straightened up.
どういたしまして。僕は沖田総司と言います。礼儀正しい子は嫌いじゃないよ。
Thank you for helping me. Not quite sure what else to do, I bowed again.
君を助けてくれたのが斉藤はじめくん。それでこっちの偉そうなのが。
わざわざ紹介してんじゃねえよ。
副長、お気持ちはわかりますが、まず移動を。
In response to Hijikata's stunned words, the man called Saito spoke with quiet urgency. Okita grabbed hold of my wrist, smiled, and led me down the street. His grip was too tight to be friendly. There was no question about my situation. If I were to run, they would kill me. Instantly. My life was in the hands of these strange men. I set my jaw and stood up as straight as I could. My eyes met Saito's gaze as he looked up from the blood-stained jacket he was holding.
己のために最悪を想定しておけ。さしていいように心が。
His words were like a dagger in my stomach. What would happen to me? Was I going to die? As we walked through the bleak Kyoto night, I felt terror crawl its way up my spine once again. The cause wasn't worry over what fate awaited me. I had carried on a conversation with these men, standing next to warm corpses soaked in blood. That I had been able to do such a thing terrified me. Perhaps I had also begun to go insane. Oh, there's the opening. Oh, you know what? I think this was the original opening. I don't know, maybe there were 2 openings for Kyoto Winds, I don't know. Yeah, I'm remembering this bop though. Good stuff. Just like my Japanese animes. Oh, okay, yeah, there's the Kyoto Winds section. What? Oh, okay, so they kept that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for Sanosuke this time. I don't know about who next. Why'd the background give PMMM Witch Barrier vibes? That's true. I think it's the... Cause like... Oh yeah. I don't know, it's kind of like... What do they call that? Like, maybe paper cut animation? Oh, Bald Father! Yeah, like, it's the way they animate it. I see what you're talking about though. Oh, they zoom in on that again. Man, so many guys to romance. Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. And I don't even remember seeing some of these fucking characters, so it's like, how do you unlock them? Who are you people? You know, I know that you can romance Kazuma, the fucking blonde guy, but like, I wonder if you can romance Amagiri, like that one guy with no eyebrows and like the beard, and then the guy with the gun. I don't know. Well, we'll see. But it is now December 1863, Chapter 1. Hmm? Was it morning? What happened to me? Right. Do you remember? I remember. That's good chat timing. All at once, the events of the previous night rushed back to me. This wasn't my room. My limbs were tightly bound, so all I could do was twist around like a worm on the futon. Damn, bound up, huh? If I were to be allowed one wish, it would have been to wake up in the comfort of my own warm bed. If only this was just a bad dream. Those men from the night before had dragged me to their headquarters. Oh, worm? The headquarters of the Shinsengumi. What will happen to me now? I sighed deeply. It was at that moment that the door slid open, and a kind-looking man stepped through.
Ah, 目が覚めたかい?
He's a good man.
すまんな、こんな扱いで。今、縄を緩めるから少し待ってくれ。
Huh? Huh? I swear we should have a fucking hall counter. He smiled as he removed my robes. My wrists, however, were left bound. And you are?
ああ、そうか。私はね、井上源三郎というんだ。
Thank you, Inoue.
さて、ちょっと来てくれるかい？今朝から幹部連中であんたについて話し合っているんだが、ゆうべあんたが何を見たのか確かめておきたいってことになってね。
I understand. I nodded curtly and struggled to stand, my body sore from being bound up all night. Inoue treated me with something like courtesy, but it was clear that I was in a lesser position. He must have been able to guess my thoughts, however, because he smiled at me.
心配しなくても大丈夫さ。なりは怖いが気のいい者たちばかりだよ。
Even at home, I'd heard rumors about the vicious Shinsengumi. It was hard to imagine that the people in charge of such an organization were good men.
一番年の若い東堂君は君よりちょっと年上くらいだよ。それに長倉君と原田君という賑やかな二人組もいるから大丈夫。
Despite Inoue's reassurances, it was difficult for me to trust his words. I feel like I should save right here. Let me save really quick. Good, and we can make different save files. How much do we have? Actually, just kidding. That's a lot. That's a lot! More than 30. Okay. Yeah, because they know. They know I want to go different routes. Alright, well here. Pardon the intrusion. I entered the room Inoue led me to. The leaders of the Shinsengumi were waiting for me. They do kind of gloss over the way the Shinsengumi are complicit in human experimentation shit. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, yeah, you know, magic, cool powers. Their eyes dug into me like knives. I froze.
Ohayo. Kino wa yoku nemureta?
I can't say it was comfortable night. Here I thought they fixed translations.
そうなんだ。さっき僕が声をかけた時には君全然起きてくれなかったよね。
Ohio, yeah, Rizzler.
幸せそうな寝顔でぐっすりだったみたいだけど。
What?
からかわれているだけだ。掃除はあんたの部屋になど行ってない。
Or did he? I silently stared at Okita. With his grin still plastered along his face, he glanced over to Saito.
もう少しこの子の反応を見たかったんだけどな。はじめくんもひどいよね。勝手にバラすなんてさ。
You're the one who's not very nice, not Saito.
おいてめえら、無駄口ばっか叩いてんじゃねえ。
Ingi. Hijikata's voice broke to no further insubordination. Okita shrugged, smiling with narrowed eyes, and fell silent.
でさ、土方さん、そいつが目撃者。
Oh, it's the himbo trio. The man who spoke looked particularly young, more like a boy than a man. Maybe this was Todo, the young Shinsengumi captain that Inoue had described to me. I'd imagined the leaders of the Shinsengumi to be older, maybe even middle-aged men, but most of their faces were still blessed with youth. In fact, one might even confuse them at first glance for a gang of young thugs. You know, I remember when we played Kyoto Winds on Steam, like when they had like the close-up of Todo here, I'm pretty sure they had a close-up of Shinpachi's titties up there. So I think they might have adjusted it. Unless I'm thinking of when they zoomed in on Harada. I guess we'll see. Okay, yeah. Never mind. They did. Yeah, I remember the close-up of the titties and I'm like, damn, dude. So I guess they adjusted it here. Boo. Imagine if you could move the camera around like in Metal Gear, right? Where it's like you can zoom in and you can see, oh, special undergarments. Fucking Kojima.
世間様から見りゃ、英介もこいつも似たようなもんだろうよ。
ガキ扱いしていいのは、俺みたいな立派な大人になってからだぜ。立派な大人って、まあ、新八が言っても説得力も何もねえがな。
This is medieval Japan. What special undergarments? Oh, you know. Listen, I'm just saying. That's what Kojima would have put in. Two nearby men replied to Todo with very mocking but light-hearted tones. I somewhat recalled Inoue's description of the two lively members. His mention of them was brief, but seeing them in person, I could see what he meant. Also, this isn't medieval Japan. It's the fucking the late 1800s. That's not medieval. He said the short-haired one was Nagakura, and the other with longer hair was Harada.
うるさいな。おじさん二人は黙ってなよ。
ふざけんなよ、このお坊ちゃまが。俺らにそんな口聞いていいと思ってんのか？
平助におじさん呼ばわりされるほど年は食ってねえよ。シンパチはともかく、俺はね。
てめえ、裏切るのか、佐野。
へへ、シンパチさん図星されて怒るって大人げねえよな。
They were throwing jokes back and forth, but their eyes stayed locked onto me. Woo. Still, the way they looked at me held something aside from curiosity, like a feeling of animosity. Despite their cheerful levity, they had not forgiven my presence among them. Suddenly, I wanted very much to go home. I wanted to leave this place and never return. Edo period. Yeah, just right before westernization. Cause like, you know, the latter half of the game they get guns. My chest tightened and I hung my head. Oh. His voice was calm and warm, and I felt myself relax, even if only a little bit. Excuse me. The rest of the men nodded solemnly in agreement. Was this person truly that frightening? Oh, he sure does get frightening later.
おや、心外ですね。皆さんはともかく鬼の副長まで何をおっしゃるんです？私はいつだって新選組の規範を第一に考えているだけですよ。その規範、ご法度を決めたのは土方君、君じゃなかったですか？
確かに決めたのは俺だ。だ、今はそんなことを言ってる時じゃね
え。Hijikata and the man called Sanan exchanged faint smiles.
星と三男君は相変わらず仲が良いな。
Precious bean. Hijikata and Sanan's exchange sounded somewhat tense to me and not exactly friendly. Still, the man who spoke had certainly sounded as though he thought they were friends.
ああ、自己紹介が遅れたな。俺が新選組局長、近藤勇だ。
When you say chief, do you mean to say you are the most important man in the Shinsengumi?
いや、まあ、俺が偉いわけじゃない。皆の代表ということだよ。それから、そこの都市が副長で、横にいる三男君は総長を務めていて。い
や、近藤さん、なんでいろいろ教えてやってんだよ、あんたは。
まずいのか？
情報を与える必要がないんだったら黙ってる方が得策なんじゃないですかね。
わざわざ教えてやる義理はないと思うけど。
確かにそうなんだが、紹介しないことには話が進まんだろう。
Harada laughed at how flustered Kondo seemed and proceeded to smooth things over.
ま、ここまで来たら知られて困ることもねえけどな。
Kondo had looked rather disappointed when Hijikata spoke, but he perked up at Harada's words. Watching this exchange, it was easy to see that this man was well liked around here. He had a sort of charisma that simply drew you in, a man who was impossible to hate.
さて、本題に入ろう。まずは改めて昨晩の話を聞かせてくれ。
はい。昨晩、京の都を夜間巡察中、愚弄の老子と遭遇。相手が刀を抜いたので、斬り合いとなりました。一部の大使らが老子を無力化しましたが、その折、彼らが失敗した様子をこの者に目撃されています。
As he finished, Saito glanced at me. I didn't see anything. Even with my immediate denial, Hijikata continued to stare at me harshly. Saito remained expressionless, and the grin on Okita's face didn't change. Yes, I didn't see anything.
見てないんならいいんだけどさ。
あれ、掃除の話じゃ、お前が大使どもを助けてくれたって話だったな。
No, that's not true. I glanced over at Okita, but his smile remained. Whatever he was thinking was a mystery to me. I was running away from the Ronin. Then some people with Shinsengumi uniforms appeared. I was the one being rescued, if anything.
つまり、大使どもが老子を切り殺している場面はしっかり見たってわけだ。
I couldn't deny that. But staying silent was tantamount to agreeing. Yeah, I have the right to remain silent.
つまり最初から最後まで一部始終を見てたってことか。お前、根が素直なんだろうな。それ自体は悪いことじゃないんだろうな。
He trailed off. He seemed to be implying that my presence there was inconvenient for them, so they had no choice but to kill me. My voice shook, but I knew I had to say something. I won't tell anyone.
偶然老子に絡まれていたという君が私たちに敵対するものとまでは言いませんが、君に言うつもりがなくても相手の誘導尋問に乗せられる可能性はある。
His voice was still warm, but his words were cold, and they hammered in the reality of my situation.
話さないというのも簡単だ。この者が新選組に入り立てする理由。
約束を破らない保証なんてないですし、やっぱり解放するのは難しいですよね。ほら、殺しちゃいましょうよ。口封じするならそれが一番じゃないですか。
But
そうじ、物騒なことを言うな。お上の民をむやみに殺してなんとさ。
そんな顔しないでくださいよ。今のはただの冗談ですから。
あんたは冗談に聞こえる冗談を言え。
after being rebuked by Saito, Okita gave a playful smile.
しかし、なんとかならんのかね。まだこんな子供だろう。
私も何とかしてあげたいとは思いますが、うっかり漏らされでもしたら一大事です。さて、私は副長のご意見を伺いたいのですが、いかがですか、土方副長。
Hijikata heaved a deep sigh.
俺たちは昨晩、指導に背いた大使を粛清した。こいつはその現場に居合わせ。
それだけだとおっしゃりたいのですか。
実際このガキの認識なんざその程度のもんだとは思うんだ。
けどよ、こればっかりは大義のためにも内密にしなきゃなんねえことだよな。
Oh, whoops! So you can turn off the dialogue box and get full. Whoa, okay. It's the B button there.
新選組の大使は血に狂ってるなんて噂が立ちゃ、俺らのタイムにだって支障が出るぜ。
Shinpachi's words made sense to everyone. Hijikata's face looked grim.
おい、言葉を慎め。俺は指導に背いた大使を粛清した。
でもまあ、どっちみち見たことは変わらないんですけどね。
掃除の意見にも一理あると思うが、俺は土方さんや近藤さんの決定にした。
俺は逃がしてやってもいいと思う。 こいつは別にあいつらが血に狂った理由を知っちまったわけでもないんだしさ。
Why they went crazy for blood? Bruh, I couldn't help but wonder aloud, and the room shifted to an icy silence.
スケ、余計な情報をくれてやるな。
ああ、これでますます君の無罪放免が難しくなっちゃう。
Fucking Heisuke.
男子たるもの死ぬ覚悟くらいできてんだろ。
Damn.
お前も諦めて腹くくっちまいな。
A man? Of course. They still believed me to be a boy. With everything else that had happened, I'd completely forgotten how I was dressed. But whoever bound her up might have been able to figure out, right? Right?
確かに潔く死ぬのも男の道だな。俺も若い頃は切腹したし。
サノの場合、まだ生きてる。
Your jokes had a disturbing ring to them.
結論も出ないことですし、一旦このものを部屋に戻してはどうでしょうか。同席させた状態で誰かが機密を漏らせば、処分も何も殺すほかなくなります。
He was right. If I remained with them, then I could easily hear something I wasn't supposed to. I didn't think he'd mention it for my sake, but rather as a possible concern for the group. They've seen too many bishies. They can no longer distinguish gender. That's a good point. I was still relieved he'd brought it up.
そういうことにするか。ちょっと調べたいこともあるし。
私もその判断には賛成しますよ。ここには迂闊な方も多いですしね。
三男さん、わざわざこっち見て言うとかきついよ。
仕方ねえよ。部活なのは俺らの担当だろ。主にエースとか
そんな責めるなよ。俺だって悪気はなかったんだからさ。
Damn, okay, his mic picked up there. It was a big mistake, though. I could hear Toto's voice rise as everyone turned to look at him. He looked at them for a bit, then turned to me and mumbled in a voice I could barely hear. I couldn't exactly brush off his mistake, given that my life was at stake. Mistake. But still, his apology was genuine, so I nodded curtly.
それじゃ斉藤、こいつを頼む。
承知しました。
Alright. Annex has been unlocked. Whoa, what? Oh, I better save. I know that there's gonna be a response coming up soon. Oh, whoops. Can we get the other Joy-Con? After returning to my room, I spent some time reflecting upon my situation, my hands still bound. The rumors spoke of the Shinsengumi as vicious men, but they seemed more human to me. We are not killers, but to protect our code, we must bring death. Or so I felt from their attitudes. Oh, excuse me. If I stay here quietly, they'll kill me. But I don't know if I can convince them to spare me. Just as I had no loyalty to them, they had no loyalty to me. Oh, but now that I think about it, they mentioned a man must always be ready to face death, so they must still be mistaking me for one. Would it change how they saw me if I told them I was actually a girl? But this could just as easily backfire. It was possible they simply wouldn't care less about my gender. What should I do? Let's see. I'm going to attempt to explain my situation. I would tell them the truth. Perhaps if I did, they'd understand my dilemma. Maybe they think I'm from Kyoto as well. If I told them I'd only just arrived in Kyoto, they might lower their guard. I didn't know anyone in Kyoto, and I'd only come to look for my father. I haven't even told them I'm a girl. The rest could wait, but I felt that it might be wise to tell them the truth. I took a deep breath and yelled at the top of my lungs. Excuse me, is anyone there? After a few moments, the door slid open, revealing a few faces.
大胆だなお前さん。囚われの身分で俺らを呼びつけるなんてよ。で、自分から声をかけてくるなんざ、そろそろ腹も決まっとるわ。
No, that's not it. I want you to hear me out.
おそらくあんたの事情は汲めないだろう。それでよければ話すといい。
お前の運のなさには同情する。成仏してくれ。
ほら、男なら諦めが肝心だろ。
They all spoke as if they'd already consigned me to death. Oh, it was time to make my choice. I gave up. No, I'm going to say no. Hold on. Not yet. What's gonna get me points with Harada? I feel like if I do second option, that would give us brownie points with them. Yeah. I'm going to decide to tell them I wasn't a boy. Feeling it best to reveal my gender, I turned to stare straight at Toto. Wait, or did I choose this the last time I played? Well, whatever. Earlier you said a man should know when to accept his fate. Oh, excuse me. You don't think there's anything wrong with killing a man before hearing him out? My boy. My boy.
口の利き方に気をつけろよ。自分がどんな立場かわからないわけ。そっちこそ男らしい態度取れば、俺らの事情を素直に受け入れればいいだろう。
But I'm not a man. It's taking. Let that sink in.
もしかしてさ、
Yes. The piano chord.
ちょっと待てって。
それは。
Oh, the voice squeak. I remember this.
ま、確かにそんな感じだな。体の線が女性的で柔らかい。
そんなもんわかるか。普通女は袴なんて履かねえだろうが。
Oh man.
女子でもなぎなたや馬術の際に袴は用いるぞ。
Yeah, Shinpachi, get with the times.
この者のように旅姿でダンスをするのは珍しい。身を守る処世術と言えなかった。
Oh, I have total points.
いろいろ言って悪かった。
Well, I'm glad that was cleared up.
あんたの言う通り、せめて事情くらいは聞いてやるべきだ。
Judging by the calmness in Saito's demeanor, it seemed he was unsurprised by the fact I was a girl. Perhaps he had realized from the start. He is pretty smart. And so, there I was, once more surrounded by the leaders of the Shinsengumi.
少年にしては華奢で可愛らしい顔をしていると思っていたんだが、まさか本当に女子だったとはな。
I hate to disappoint y'all, I'm not a femboy. Kondo was nodding his head repeatedly, as if he were agreeing with a very intelligent suggestion. For him to notice the softness of my features, it was a bit embarrassing to be complimented so directly.
女だって聞いてから見ると、女にしか見えなくなってくるんだよな。
しかし、女の子を一晩縄で縛っておくとは 悪いことをしたね。
でもよ、女だって言うが別に証拠はないんだろ。
Okay, you know what? I don't think they fixed Shinpachi's mic. He does sound kind of loud at some point still. Proof? Damn. Damn. All right. Well, that's what we want, right?
許さぞ。衆目の中、女子に肌をさらさせるなど言語道断。
I like how like Haruda and Shinpachi say that and like they got serious ass faces. Oh, there we go.
でもよ、本当に女だって言うなら殺しちまうのも忍びねえよな。
何甘いこと言ってるんだ。男だろうが女だろうが性別の違いは生かす理由にならねえだ。
もっともです。ですが女性に限らずそもそも人を殺すのは忍びないことですよ。京の治安を守るために組織された私たちが無益な殺生をするわけにはいきません。
結局女の子だろうが男の子だろうが今日の平安を乱しかねないなら話は別ですよね。
He does have a point. The Shinsengumis suffered from a very gruesome reputation in Kyoto. If rumors spread that their men were thirsty for blood, things weren't likely to go well for them. It would become harder and harder for them to operate. With no one to protect the people, the city would erupt into chaos. They were all acutely aware of this.
悪いが、お前の荷物を改めさせてもらう。どうやら江戸からここまで一人で来たみて。荷物はわずかな着替えと一月分の小銭、それと数通の手紙と手紙には幕府御殿院松本良順の名前。おそらくそこを訪ねた。お前の目的は
The minute my name was spoken, the atmosphere in the room shifted. Everyone wore a stunned expression, eyes wide, and no words were uttered. Until...
土方さん、その名前は。
おいおい、偶然にしちゃって行き過ぎだぜ。
ああ、待て。それを判断するためにもまず君の話を聞かせてくれるかな。
At Kondo's behest, I spoke. My name is Hijaker Yukimura. Under the watchful eyes of the leaders, I described how I came to face them, how I lived in Edo, how I'd come to Kyoto to find my father, who I hadn't heard from in some time.
そうか。出身も江戸だったのだな。父上を探して遠路はるばる京に来たのか。して。
He's bald! My father is Kodo Yukimura, a doctor of Western medicine. You know my father? I couldn't quite place their expressions. The heavy silence continued, and it seemed they were at a loss as to what to say, until Hijikata broke it. How much? There. I just came to look for my father. I swear I don't know anything else. Damn, quick to point fingers. I was only aware of my father being in Kyoto for his work as a doctor, but I haven't seen him since last summer. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. So, what do you know about my father? Where is he right now? Please tell me. You're after my father? So this means... Doctor, turn off my mic inhibitors. Oh! I can't wait for that bit. I see. A huge wave of relief came over me. Interesting. Huh? Seeing how my eyes widened in shock, Saito elaborated. I could only nod. I was so upset. I didn't know what to say. My heart felt like it was about to burst out of my chest. Oh, there we go again. Oh. Yes, of course. I nodded and Sandan smiled gently at me. It's true. All I know is that my father headed to Kyoto, but I don't know anything else. And about last night, I didn't see anything. He mumbled, visibly annoyed. His eyes narrowed as he looked down at me. Oh, here we go. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. That might just be what I need to bust. That might just be what I need to bust. Cause I'm bussin'. I'm bussin'. Man. I'd never imagined something like this. I was elated to have escaped death. Not only had I survived, but I'd found my first decent lead. He gave me that same wolfish grin. There was no denying that my situation was still less than desirable, but it didn't matter for now. Yes, I'm glad. Against all odds, at last, I'd found help where I'd never have expected it. The Shinsengumi. My first day in Kyoto was quite the adventure, but my fortune was improving. I still had a long way to go, but staying positive was my only hope.
雪村君、よかったね。これからはよろしく頼むよ。
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure for me as well.
なあ、ゲンさん。女子となれば、ここのような男女体では申し訳ない気がするんだな。
ええ、そうですね。これはちょっと困りましたな。
Kondo crossed his arms and thought deeply.
Excuse me. その都度可能な範囲で対処しよ
う。Thank you.
まあ、女の子となりゃ、手厚くもてなさんといかんよな。
Okay, yeah, it does feel like his mic got, like, is still loud. Fucking Shinpachi. I don't know, I'll keep playing along.
シンパッツァ女の子に弱いもんな。でもだからって手のひら返すの早すぎ。
The fucking total face.
いいじゃねえか。これで豚書が華やかになると思えば、新八に限らずはしゃぎたくもなるだろう。
Me? Brighten things up? That didn't sound likely.
とはいえ、ここでは女性として扱うのは難しそうです。
Total Lenny face? Yeah, right?
大使として扱うのもまた問題ですし、彼女の処遇は少し考えなければなりませんね。
なら誰かの交渉にすりゃいいだろう。近藤さんとか三男さんとか。
How about you, Hijikata?
やだな、土方さん。そういう時は言い出しっぺが責任取らなくちゃ。
ああ、そうだな。都市のそばなら安心だ。
そういうことで土方君、彼女のことよろしくお願いしますね。
He's sweating.
てめえら、勝手に決めてるんじゃねえ。
As I watched their back and forth, some of my earlier relief began to ebb away. And this was how the Shinsengumi came to look after me. Well, January 1864. I better save, huh? Let me save really quick. But should I overwrite that save? It's not like anything else happened, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh. Just in case. That's weird. I could have sworn I had like a save prompt. When they're all like, ooh, yes, this is what we're gonna do with you. Whatever. Mid-January 1864. I slid the door open and met a breath of cool morning air. It would be a cool morning air. Thick clouds covered the sky, driven along by an unusually strong wind. It's a bit cold today. I shivered and grabbed a jacket to cover myself. A week had passed since I'd begun living in the headquarters of the Shinsengumi. I was given a room of my own, but I was forbidden from stepping outside. Still, confinement was far preferable, given how close I had come to being killed. Dressing as a man all the time can be a bit bothersome. I sighed. There were conditions to me staying here.
お前の身柄は新選組預かりだ。女として豚書へ置くわけにはいかない。新選組にかくまわれている女がいる。そんな話が万一にも広まれば、よくねえ冠をするやつが出てくる。噂を聞いて報道さんを狙っている奴らがお前まで狙い出すかもしれない。もちろん報道さんが狙われていると確定したわけじゃない。 確定要素が多い現状で迂闊な行動は取れねえ。だからお前には断層を続けてもらう。それ
Understood. His reasoning was sound. Besides, he seemed concerned for my and my father's safety, not just for the Shinsengumis. I had no reason to argue.
それに、たとえ君にその気がなくとも、女性の存在は体内の風紀を乱しかねない。ですから私たち幹部のほか、大使たちへも君の事情は話しません。情報はそれこそどこから広まるかわかりませんからね。
I understand the situation. So, what should I do while I'm here?
当初じゃ何もしなくていい。部屋を一つやるから引きこもってた。
Time to be a neat.
あれおかしいな。この子、誰かさんの故障になるんじゃなかったですか？
いいか、総司。てめえは余計な口出しせずに黙ってろ。
And so, I had ended up in this room. I can't tell them I want to stop dressing like a man. I have to do it if I want to stay here. Although it was still a new sensation, I'd grown used to dressing like a boy while I was traveling. I straightened up and touched the kodachi that Hijikata had given back to me. Oh, wait, did I read that? I'm sorry, I think you might have noticed I've been spacing out. Okay, I'd had this blade for as long as I could remember. According to my father, this was an important heirloom passed down through the Yukimura family. As such, I was made to take lessons in swordplay, making me capable of using it, at least to some extent. Still, I had never much cared for swords. They were meant to hurt people. This was a factor, of course, but there was a more important reason. For as far back as I could remember, any wounds I suffered healed at an incredible rate. Small cuts would disappear overnight. As a child, I thought nothing of it, but as I grew older, I began to realize that this wasn't normal. Wait, oh my god, how could it— I'm just remembering now the other thing that happened today. Fucking HIPAA. Oh my god. So I was transporting a client and like the new staff member like was going with me because like we were dropping a client off at a certain place that or like the Frazzy or the place where we sometimes send people. They stay there for several days. Anyways, I come back and I see the majority of my stuff from my bag just kind of strewn out on the desk, and like Bodhi and Echo were there, and like I'm just like, did HIPAA pass through here? Did she touch my stuff? And they're like, yeah, and she tried to show your driver's license to us to show my middle name, and I'm like, what the fuck, are you serious? And like I guess she was like counting my money too, and I'm like, god fucking damn it. So like I go over to her and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And she's like, yeah, but at least I sorted your money. I swear to god, she better not fucking do that again. Like, Bodhi was like, yeah, you know what, I'm sorry, I should have stopped her, but next time, I'll make sure she doesn't do it again. And yeah, I'm just like, yeah, thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, like, oh my god, like a second fucking time, why? Put thumbtacks in there or something. Maybe, yeah, I probably should. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I don't even know how she found my bag because I usually put it in the cabinet behind us. But to be fair, I think she did see me reach for my stuff from the other time she went to her office. But, excuse me, yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Come on. Of all the fucking things. But yeah. Like, I tried to block that out of my mind. I'm like, what else happened today? But yeah, let me see. back to the game. As a child, I thought nothing of it, but as I grew older, I began to realize that this wasn't normal. My father insisted it was a gift of the gods, but that I should tell no one of it. I didn't tell anyone, of course. I was afraid they would treat me like a monster if they knew. Ever since then, I'd done my best not to get hurt, and ended up a little uncomfortable around blades. Rather than having to dress as a man, living with people I didn't know left me much more unsettled. Still, that wasn't the only thing on my mind. The rank-and-file soldiers treated me coldly. I'm not just imagining it, right? I learned having a private room was a privilege, even for captains. For a child to suddenly arrive and receive such good treatment, no wonder they disliked me. I suppose I can't really blame them. I felt I should help the Shinsengumi in some way, but I knew nothing about soldiers. And besides, Hijikata had given me strict orders not to leave my room. Whenever the captains looked out for me, it appeared to the rank and file like they were giving me special treatment. They're just keeping me under surveillance. To make sure I kept my mouth shut, they took turns keeping watch over me. Any mistake on my part would be huge trouble, so they were making an effort to keep me contained. I can't exactly explain the situation to them. All I could do was try to avoid everyone and stay quiet as a mouse, alone in this room. But all I wanted was to go out and look for my father. Even though they promised to help me, I wasn't even allowed to leave the compound. Just when it felt like I'd made some progress, my search was kept to a halt. Perhaps, I thought, I could talk to Hijikata. If he gave me permission to look for my father... Oh, no, that's right. Hijikata just recently departed to Osaka. Well, if Hijikata's not here, I wasn't sure what to do. Ooh, okay, how am I gonna... Okay, I need to make sure that, we'll be seeing, what's his face? Harada. You can always reload if I fail. If I were Harada, where would I be? I don't even know who's supposed to be watching me right now. Maybe I'll, talk to someone, right? Like, I guess. Let me try. Perhaps there would be someone in the inner courtyard to whom I could speak. I didn't want to be spotted by the soldiers, so I hid for a moment and scanned the area. Oh, good. Things were looking up. Hold on, actually, it might just be the same scene. I don't know, though. Let me try something. Yeah, so let's see what happens if I load and choose something else. Let's search the wait. Yeah, no, let's search the compound, see what happens then. As I thought about it, I realized that I had no idea how the Shinsengumi compound was laid out. If I was to live here, I thought, then I ought to make an effort to learn the layout. Okay. Yeah, different scenery. I took a deep breath, gathered my courage, and stepped out of the room. There's no one here. I looked around. The common room was utterly empty. Then again, since I'd snuck out of my room, it was probably for the best that no one was there to see me. Still, I felt a little guilty. Maybe I should have just stayed in my room. If I wandered around the compound, it was likely I'd see something I wasn't supposed to. Help me! Help! I'd already stumbled onto one of their secrets. I had no wish to do so again. Maybe this isn't a good idea. I decided to return to my room, but as I turned to walk back... Huh? What? Huh? I heard voices coming from the entrance. Slowly, I peeked around the corner. Oh, yes! Okay, perfect! Heading towards the door, looking as if they would prefer not to be seen, were Harada and Nagakura. Excuse me! I felt that. Are you heading out? Can I come with you? And might I add, huh? Maybe if they let me go outside, I could finally start looking for my father. So I tried asking them.
Oh my God.
He is- okay, you know what? We have to adjust Shinpachi. He's way too fucking loud. So, God, the fact that we have to adjust his fucking voice. Alright, Shinpachi, you gotta go down. You gotta go down. Maybe... I wish they'd play him, like, you know, play a voice clip where he's, like, close to the mic, because Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, let's see how that does. Well, where are you going anyway? Imagine if the anime also had his mic jacked up. That's just his character. Oh shit. Well, they're gonna... Oh wait, it's not nighttime. They're not gonna drink yet. Shimabara? The name was familiar. Wait! Isn't that in the red light district? Nakakura shook his head and sighed. Oh, okay, maybe they are there for that. Oh my god, I still feel like he's loud. Whatever. I'll keep it a little bit. Are you going for something other than the alcohol, Nagakura? His face. I like that laugh. Most men would visit Shimabara for the pleasure of female company. Someone like Harada, who visited just for the drinks, was a rarity. Imagine him as Vet-sama from Nyaneko Sugar Crawls. Yeah, oh my god. He'd be perfect. But you're going in the afternoon? Drink any day, any time of the day, right? Excuse me. Harada spoke lightly, as if none of this had anything to do with him. Well, I wouldn't know. Even if it was every man's dream, it didn't feel right to condone it. Two captains drinking during the afternoon would hardly help the already low public opinion of the Shinsengumi. Then again, perhaps it wasn't my business to think of the Shinsengumi's public reputation. Yes. True. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mans just screams into the mic. Yeah, no. You're getting your mic turned down even lower. Yeah, see, it's like he got fucking louder. Like, that didn't fucking help. You're going down to fucking halfway, Shinpachi. God fucking damn it. Or, right there. Jesus, fuck. Why is he like this? Plus, if we're going Harada's route, we're probably gonna be seeing Shinpachi a lot more, so hopefully that helps. Jesus, fuck. Well, that definitely woke me up. That train of thought didn't really seem right. But even so, his absurd logic was starting to make something approaching sense. After all, everyone needed to relax from time to time, and if they couldn't do it at night, then when else would they go but the afternoon? I was mulling this over when Todo walked in.
まさかお前も行くの?
I still haven't received permission to leave. I don't want Hijikata to get mad at me. They're gonna sneak me out.
そいつは残念だな。
No, just kidding. They don't care enough. I just got here. You're going to Shimabara too then, Todo?
おう、そうだけど。で、東堂さんとか他人行儀の呼び方やめようぜ。
Well, what should I call you then?
平介でいいよ。みんなも俺のこと平介って呼ぶし、これからしばらく一緒に暮らすんだしよ。それに、そのデスマスもやめようぜ。年も近いからもっと気楽に話してくれよ。
Really? I just didn't want to be rude, Todo. You did it again. Okay then, Heisuke.
そうそう。じゃあ、今日から改めてよろしくな。
Oh, he's blushy. Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Heisuke. It wasn't anything important, I knew, but something about the exchange made me feel happy. It felt like Heisuke had given me some of his energy. He's treating me like a person. But you're still going to Shimabara then?
そりゃでも島原だから女ってわけじゃねえよ。みんなで酒飲んでバカ騒ぎしたい気分なんだ。
Yeah, I'm with my boys. I see.
お前が女の格好をしてくれるのなら、それだけで十分に目の保養なんだ。
Damn, okay. What?
もう俺も絶対可愛いと思う。いろいろ落ち着いたら振り袖とか着てみせてくれよな。
Damn. That's rather sudden. It was embarrassing for them to treat me like a girl all of a sudden, as if it just occurred to them. If I get the chance someday, winky face, yeah, I'm trying to get the goods here. Yeah, dress like a girl, what should I tell them? Obviously, I want to tell them this. Not sure of what else to do, I nodded awkwardly, and they beamed back at me. If I get the chance someday... No!
本当か? やったぜ!
No! I was supposed to play it cool! No. Heisuke, you're cool, but we're here for Harada. Oh my god, I'm gonna skip. I should have saved right there. I was too cocky. Fucking hell. Alright. Well... No. How do I skip? Oh! Right. Yeah, okay. There's the skip button. Yeah. Blah. Oh, can this go any faster? My god. Can it go any faster? Oh, just kidding. We did it. No, I can't. Their smiles did make me waver, but... No, I can't.
なんでだよ。ちょっと着替えてくれるだけでいいんだぜ。
I know, but it's just that I'm not too comfortable with changing yet. Oh, because then he's gonna be like, oh, let me strip you down, right? No, just kidding. Unless... Okay.
ちょっとサノさん。
いいから。そういうことにしとけって。
Hey yo, Milkman, how we doing? Long time no see. Or I mean, we saw you at the watch along, but what's up? The man of milk has appeared. How we doing? Oh my god, close up. Once we settled the topic of the appropriateness of my wardrobe, Nakakura shared his opinion. Oh, he got way quieter. Well, let's keep it that way. We don't know when he's gonna get louder again. You've been great, just thought you'd pop in. Well, I appreciate it. Glad to hear that you're great, too. Why does Harada like that response? I don't know, maybe because he's slightly more mature? I don't fucking know. I do remember that, like, in the anime, they did, like, kind of focus on Heisuke, like, saying, you know, oh yeah, ooh, she'd be cute if she dressed like a girl. Oh, I'd love to see that someday. Or at least from what I'm remembering. I don't know though. That's not a very convincing excuse. Despite my reservations, I understood the truth. Who was I to try and stop them in the first place? I certainly had no authority over them. While visiting pleasure quarters in broad daylight wasn't my thing, if their superiors took no issue. I was a guest of the Shinsengumi, and it would be rude for me to try and tell them what to do. But even so, they went out of their way to talk to me until I felt better about the situation. This showed they were good men, with nothing to hide. Alright. I suppose their reasoning made some sense, and part of me was just envious of them. I too wanted to be free of the staleness in this compound, and go search for my father. What if this game went full DDLC? Now that would make things really interesting. Ooh, yeah, I'd like to see that. I mean, they got their fucking weapons. It could get really gruesome. I still felt conflicted over everything, but I gave some thought to what I'd like to eat. Oh, DDLC is Doki Doki Literature Club. That one game that got popular back in the day. Well, I don't know, it's still, people still talk about it. Alright then, I'd like some tangerines. Maybe we can eat them together, tomorrow afternoon? Yay! Oh, how sweet. Well, thank you. But, Heisuke, you don't need to worry, alright? Even if you couldn't take me out now, it's the thought that counts. Thanks for cheering me up. DDLC was 7 years ago. Fuck. I know, right? It doesn't feel like it was, but at the same time it kinda does. Shit, man. Excuse me. Just as I waved to send those three off. Chijikata. Oh, just kidding. Oh, they got the goofy music going on. All of us turned our heads around to see Inoue pacing towards us. Busted! They all refused to make eye contact and fell silent, so I responded to Inoue in their stead. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but... what should I do? Should I cover for them? Save! Hold on, let's make the separate save here, just in case. Oh, yes. Damn. Okay, now Heisuke got the loud mic. Heisuke quickly warmed to his excuse. Did Nagakura. Yeah, okay, he was... Shinpachi's fucking mic was sounding like, you know, quote-unquote normal, so if we had him at max volume, I'd imagine he'd be, like, still really loud. So good thing we put him down to, like, 50%. Inoue brightened up upon hearing their excuse. Damn, he fell for it. He looked honestly happy for the opportunity. The fucking piano again. Please don't bully me, Nakakura-san. Oh my god, imagine him with the fucking cat ears. The noodle arms. Seeing as they were hopeless in getting themselves out of this, I decided to lend a hand. Are you guys really going to go train? Just then, Heisuke opened his mouth. Ah, good save. Plans? Oh, okay. Huh? Ah, gomen! That was news to me. The fucking tears in his eyes. He gave me a desperate look, like a sad little puppy. Aw. I had no choice but to go along. Yes, that's right.
ああ、そうそう、そうだよな。
Oh my His eyes sparkled and he grabbed a hold of my hand and began to walk off. Womp womp. Dude, I cannot stop saying womp womp around the house. But it's just so fun to say. This is so sad. Can we get 100 Rasetsu? Yes, please. Heisuke had cheered me up earlier, after all. Perhaps in this way, I was returning the favor. Around the house is crazy. I know, yeah, but I mean, I am crazy, so. Womp Womp has infected you too. How did this happen to us? Good question. That is the power of the internet. Before he could even finish. Oh my god. The super close Harada. Harada interrupted, a mischievous grin on his face. You're just making breakfast and womp womp just echoes throughout the house. Exactly. That's gonna be me well, later today now that it's past midnight. Well, I guess so. These guys need more nip slips. Right? Like fucking they're so close to it. Jesus Christ. And that clothing's really loose too. It would make sense, like, you know, physics, right? Damn. Damn, they really ditched it. They threw him under the bus. Fuck. Oh my god, I can't every time the fucking piano shows up. His knuckles turned white and his face shook with exasperation. What? Oh god, no, his mic's gonna go... It's gonna go bonkers. Heisuke grabbed my hand and Harada pushed me from behind. Ooh, and soon we were running away from the entrance. Damn, that's still... That wasn't like loud, but still, that could have been really loud. What if it played Poem Panic? Yeah, see, this is one of those scenes where Poem Panic would be appropriate. Like that, this, you know, they got the goofy music. The laughs. Nagakura's shouts echoed behind us, but the two men's eyes were sparkling with mirth as they laughed. It was infectious, and I couldn't help but laugh alongside them, my worries gradually drifting away. After the commotion settled, Heisuke and Harada gave me a tour around the compound. Nagakura had no such luck. Rip. I heard later that he and Inoue spent the rest of the day training. Just the two of them. They could make it if they try. At the end of the day, he was a good man. What a shame. What a rotten way to die. I watched the rays of the setting sun drift over my wall. How long am I going to do this? Solitude was making my heart feel heavier with each passing moment. I'd been swept up in a frightening world I didn't understand and couldn't control. And the next day, the motherfucker was dead. Rest in peace. I can't possibly figure out what's happening to Father if I'm stuck here. Only Hijikata can give me permission to leave, and he's gone. All I could do was wait. Lamenting things I couldn't change wouldn't improve my situation, and would arguably make it worse. I knew I couldn't trust the men of the Shinsengumi completely. They were, after all, men who could take life in the blink of an eye, including my own. Oh my god, JC! A bomb! A bomb! Well, at least they've all been nice to me. They're good people deep down, right? Oh my god! It's Okita! Huh? What are you doing here? Did you hear everything I said?
なんか言ってたの?
He'd heard me. He had definitely heard me. As a short, muffled scream escaped my mouth, Saito stepped out from behind the door. Wait, were you here the whole time too? Yeah, right. Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry for raising my voice. True. I didn't say anything bad, but still. Well, I was just embarrassed to be caught talking to myself. Saito looked a little perplexed at how vehemently I was trying to explain myself. No, nothing at all. Saito shrugged shortly before we caught the sound of noisy footsteps approaching us. Heisuke came running down the hall. The moment he saw us, he puffed his cheeks petulantly. Right. Alright, well... I think... Yeah, I'm gonna take my leave right here too, because it's almost 1, and you know, I'm glad that we got the silly scene with Harada, Shinpachi, and Heisuke. So I think this is a good place to save, because I think they're gonna talk about something during dinner. So let me make a save here. But yeah, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna go back to the title screen. But yeah, good game. Yeah, GG. Good progress. I'm glad that, yeah, I wasn't sure if they would have like changed scenes, but it makes sense because there's so many different guys. So, you know, I'm glad that that was something new to me. The scene with like, you know, them wanting to go to Shimabara. So yeah. I'm glad that, you know, we could add this back onto the lineup. I'm gonna adjust the lineup list, but yeah, it means that we have more stuff to stream, so... Especially because I usually have, like, at least 1 day off. Excuse me, then, I don't know, we'll just see. It'll still be like a rotation, but obviously SMT5 Vengeance will always be on Tuesday, because Shimagami Tuesday. As for the stream for... later today, I think... What are we gonna have? I think it's gonna be K-On! Yeah, we're just gonna read K-On! So yay, more reading from me, but it's gonna be actual manga. But yeah, look forward to that. But yeah, thank you guys once again for tuning into the stream. As always, love chatting with you guys and hanging out. If you're just watching, I'm always glad to be entertainment. Look forward to K-On! Later today, tonight, whatever. And yeah, Matanene, my dudes, I hope you have a lovely rest of your night or day, wherever you may be. I'll catch you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there, and peace out.